कंसचानूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We salute Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of the demons, Kamsa and Chanura, the dear darling of Mother Devaki, and the Guru and the teacher of the whole universe. We salute him again and again. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Okay, so we are back on the reading of the Bhagavata, Srimad Bhagavatam, book number 7, chapter 5, and we are reading verse number 23-24. We have finished. We'll be starting from 25 verse on page 229. Now, here the story goes this way. The Prahlada was born in the Hiranyakashipu's home, family, and his father was a demon. He hated God, Lord God, and he think he is the Lord of the universe, so everyone should obey him. What is the God? Who is God? Again, more than that. And so, but his son is exceptional. Prahlada was exceptional. From very birth, he is inclined to God and God and God. So his father wanted to give him with loving care to some teachers, called some teachers, to train this boy so that he does not think God as the ultimate. So to train this child does not understand. So father appointed some teachers to teach him. And the teacher tried to do that, but this child is stubborn. He says everything, but ultimately he cries in the name of God. He talks of the glories of God and this and that. But after so many persuasion, so the teacher, after some time, thought that now he has understood a little bit. So, and his father also wanted to see the child, how he is doing. So one day, sometimes after this situation, when the teacher was sure that the boy had mastered how to rule the country by the divisions of diplomacy, because he is with the future king. So he should know how to reconciliation, subsidy, samodamo, bheda danda. To rule the country, you have to create conciliation, sometimes friendship. That's ruling over some dhamma, control, aggressively attacking other country, bringing under control. Dhamma, Veda, create division. You want to conquer a group, create a division among themselves, let them fight, and then you take the advantage. Danda, and the Sama Dhamma, Veda means division, Danda, by force, bomb the country and get it under your control. All these divisions, they are teaching how to do that. And the teacher thought that the child has learned all these things. So he took him to Hiranyakashipu. And the child was bathed very well dressed, well decorated, because Guru's house is going to his father. That's why the Guru Griha Vasa. In olden time, that was the style, that everyone should go to Guru's home. And Guru's home, there will be a teacher, will be teaching art, science, everything, Vedas, etc. And the mother of the ashrama will be looking after the children, nurture them, taking care of the physical side. So the Asura then took the boy, lifted the boy, who prostrated himself at his feet, and embraced him for long and enjoyed the bliss. And that way, and he asked Prahlada, Hiranyakashipu asked his son, "O Prahlada, dear my boy," verse number This is 22. O Prahlada, my dear boy, may you be long-lived. You please tell me about the best lessons from the vast body of instructions you might have received from the teachers. You were in teacher's home so many days, so you have learned all this. Tell me, what did you learn? Prahlada replied, what he replied? Hearing about Vishnu. Listen to Vishnu. Singing about him. Sing the glories of Vishnu. Remembering him. All the time, recollect. God, 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 God. Serving him. Serve the Lord. While worship him in the temple. Salute him. And be his servant, being his comrade as a friend, and surrendering oneself and everything that is one's own to God, to him. These are the 9 aspects of bhakti, or God love. This is very famous verse of the Bhagavat. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoha, Vishnusmaranam. Sravanam. What is the goal of life? Not to talk about mundane things, but to hear about mundane politics or mundane thing going on all around. We spend most of our days, no? But Prahlada understood that is no life. So you have to hear God's holy name day and night. And if you have to kirtanam, you have to say something, don't talk garbage day and night. What is this world? What has happened? What is eating? What is doing? What is good? What is bad of the world day and night? Talk about God. Sravanam, Kirtanam. Chant the glory of God. No? If the mouth, in the Bhagavat place, in another place, if the mouth does not speak of God, these words are like the sound of a frog. Frog, you have no experience. In Bengal we have experience. The rainy days, frog will be whole night making the beautiful noise, gang or gang, gang or gang, gang or gang. It will make continue, you know. In Nepal also you can find it. It's very annoying. They don't allow to sleep. So you are talking, these are annoying words like that. It does not please anybody. It does not give peace to anyone's heart. The same old rut of talk of mundane things. It is called thod budi, khada budi thod. The same thing going around and round of world and worldliness and this and that. That no, kirtana, sing the glories of God. Like Hare Krishna people, they try to follow this. That is a sadhana, everyday sadhana. Talk about God, hear about God. Class, lectures, that, or Harikatha. And then when you talk about, sing the glories out loud. Vishnu Smaranam, japa, 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 japa. All the time remember him. Narayana, 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 Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Here is Vishnu. It's Narayana, Narayana, Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare. They continue it day and night. And they even to remember that they take that rosary and go on repeating those, continue. That means they should be spent in remembering Lord Narayana. Bhismas Pada Sevanam. Whole life should be, if you can get Krishna, then wash his feet, rinse his feet, offer flower at his feet, Pada Sevanam. Massage the feet. So how can you do that? In the temple, that's why. An elaborate puja and service is done in the whole Hare Krishna temple. And you go to the Vrindavan, the temple, morning till night, continuously, service to the deity. Hey, this baby Krishna is getting up from bed. Wash his feet, wash him, dress him with a nice child, beautiful dress, and feed him some sweets and this and that. And then again, within few minutes, he'll be hungry to give this some food, bring this, and new dress again play with. Mane all connected with Krishna, 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 Krishna.
But this is the priest is doing. What about the non-priest?
All should do. Vaishnava Bhakta should, all should do in their own way, not in the temple. Your whole own household, family deity, you keep in your altar the deity. You see, every house, Vaishnava devotee will have swinging to what is called the cradle, and put the baby Krishna there, swing like that, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. In the early childhood we saw that my grandma, she used to get up, and at 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then they'll do churn the milk, yogurt. Last night they put the yogurt, it becomes yogurt by the morning, and then took it, and then churn it to bring the butter. Early morning before sunrise, butter and churning. But they are not churning. They are singing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Like that, continuously. This morning till it started that way. And this makhan will be fed to Krishna, this milk will be going to Krishna, he'll make the sweets to be going to Krishna, this food Krishna likes. And whole day centered around Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. That is the Prahlada is saying. What is the goal of life? Goal of life is Shravanam. Listen, his glory is all the time. Don't go to other places. Dushanga Sarvadeva Tajjo. Bad association. Never go there. What is bad association? Who does not talk about God, that is bad association. So Shravanam, go to some place where you hear the Krishna Naam. So Kirtana, you also join in that. Don't talk mundane talk. Talk about God or chant the name of the Lord. That's why it is Vaishnava, see, Sri Chaitanya's statement, chant the name of the Lord in what? Incessantly. Like what is the word? Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly. That is the person. Don't stop. No ceasing, no stopping. Unstoppable moment. Continue Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Take the name of God, 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 God. Do your Ishta mantra continuously. Vishnu Smaranam, and then Japa. Pada Sivanam, wash his feet. Archanam, in the puja, Archana. Archana means one type of worship. Vandanam, praise, and the glories of the Lord, no? We all praise. The Kandana, Bhava, Bandhana, what we say in the evening is the Bandhana. The praise of the Lord. You are everywhere, O Lord, your glory manifest everywhere. To remind that type of bandhanam. Dasyam, and serve him as a servant. O Lord, you are my boss, I am your servant. Sakyam, if you like, as a servant sometimes, or you say like a friend, Sakha, Arjuna and Krishna. O Lord, and she thinks that God is my friend, eternal friend. Chiro Sakha, eternal friend. Sakyam, Atmani Vedanam. When you at point now and then, surrender yourself. Atmani Vedanam. Iti Pungsa Arpita Vishnu. All these are arpan, is offered to Lord Vishnu. Bhaktis Chet Navalakshana. This is called the nine-fold sadhana, bhakti sadhana, 5 plus 4. It's called Navodha Bhakti. There is a big book. I gave that Bhakti Ratnavali, one book is Vaishnava literature. Only this verse, these 9 slokas of the Bhagavat, they have worked on that and elaborately discussed in such a big volume. So this is sadhana, for Vaishnava sadhana. So Prahlada is telling, this is this learning, what else is to be learned, no? What is to be done? What this politics will do? To rule the country, to attack another country, to extend your kingdom. Oh, what are all these things? This is the goal of life. So, he said, that is, these are the 9 aspects of bhakti, or love for God. If a man could be trained to practice devotion characterized by this 9 feature, that indeed would be the highest education he could have. That is what I have understood. See, in front of the teacher, and what he has learned, he said, oh, if this I could have learned, that is the right teaching. And other teachings are all meaningless, worthless teaching. Huh? Hearing these words of his son, Hiranyakasipu said to his teacher's son in great anger, his lips trembling in emotion. Hiranyakasipu got mad. Did I send my son to teach this 9 bhakti? I thought that bhakti, God is not there, I am the God. I am the Lord. You are my son. You will be like a lord of the world. Huh? You will rule the country, massacre people, destroy the peace of others. That is called the king. I send you for that. You idiot. Huh? Hiranyakasipu said, you unworthy and perverse teacher. It is you, teacher. You taught all these things. So his anger is going from son, he loves still more, but his anger is going to the teacher. But teacher probably have not taught him rightly. That's why the boy got again that his own instinctive praise for God and leading a spiritual life. So it is not good. Then he is praising the teacher. Did I send it for your home to teach this boy like this? Teacher, how is it that taking the side of my enemy, God is my enemy, you have totally discarded me and put absurd ideas into my boy's head. Huh? You have give the education, just opposite idea. I wanted that he should train that I am the Lord God, the son will understand and follow my path. And he is talking about God, servant, he is my friend, day and night take the name of God, don't worry, everything is, don't talk anything, don't hear anything. What this nonsense? There are wicked men in this world who approach you in disguise of a friend. So I thought you are a teacher, you are my friend, but you are a wicked person in disguise. You came as a friend. And just as the disease takes him to afflict sinners as the wage of their sins, the evil wrought by enemies in the disguise of friends like you will take time to manifest clearly. The preceptor's son. Preceptor didn't come, he sent his son. The son is getting the scolding. And the preceptor's son then got this message. What said? Then Hiranyakasipu said, "O thou antagonist of Indra, what your son is saying has not been taught to him." Now the son is the teacher's son, preceptor's son. He is saying that we didn't teach him that. Managed to save themselves because the anger is going on the teacher and his son who brought him there. So he is saying, the son is saying, teacher's son, we didn't teach this thing because we are hater of Indra, hater of God. So it is not, we have not done that. What your son is saying has not been taught to him by me or anyone else. This bent of his mind, O king, is natural to him. He is born with that sanskara. Please be good enough to control your anger and not to charge us with offense. And don't blame me, the teacher, or I am teacher's son. I also hate God. I want to teach only you, the king, Hiranyakasipu. But this boy, instinctively, whatever you say, it goes in his. That's why it said you cannot change the instinct. Unless you want yourself. You want to change yourself, then it is possible. If I don't want to change, then if you say that, you see, happens in our day-to-day life. When we are younger, much younger, mom and dad, whatever they say, we are before 18, we listen to them. Okay, what can we do? Mom is saying, dad is saying. But when I become adult and go to college, then say, now I am adult. Don't say all these things. I understand. So this is the way. So this boy is because of his past tendency. He's saying, Hari, Hari, Lord, 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 Lord. We don't want to teach that. And don't be angry upon us. It is not our fault, it is his son. His sanskara is forcing him to think about God. Narada then said, that when the teacher said like this, the Asura asked his son again. And now the son has become evil. She says, "Oh, evil fellow." The dad is talking to his dear child, "Oh, evil fellow." Guru naiva prati prakta bhuyo aha sura sutam nachet guru mukhi yangte kuto abhadra asit mati. When the teacher said like this, then Asura asked his son again, "Oh, evil fellow, if it is not from your Guru's instruction, how did you come to have him perceive this outlook?" Prahlada replied, Your teacher said that they have not taught you. Where do you get all these ideas? Then he said, the boy Prahlada then said, for lack of control over the senses, he is talking in high philosophy. For lack of control over the senses, jivas, individuals, go round and round in wheel of the samsara. We are born again and again. Why? Because of the no control over the senses. You want to eat well, you want to only enjoy the senses, 5 senses, experience the world and enjoy it. So, chewing the cud of the same enjoyments and suffering again and again without cessation. So yes, that is the life. Because of the ignorance, not knowing, because of the attraction of the senses with the sense objects, the whole world is going in the cycle of birth and death and death and birth and sorrows and suffering and joy and pleasure. What is life? If we analyze our whole life, it is some total of some experiences. What experience? Someday you are happy with some experience, so sad. Happy, sad, happy, joy, sometimes joyful, sometimes morose, sometimes depressed, sometimes up. This is the only play of your experience on the sensate world. And that is bringing you again and again. That is the thing his boy Prahlada is saying. The people like this, their thoughts are ever confined to their homes, property, other domestic concerns. Whatever in this material world, they are concerned about those. They are not concerned about eternal life. They are not concerned about who are they, that pure self. They can never develop this devotional proclivity of mind towards Krishna, the Supreme Being, either naturally or through the teaching of others. They cannot, by their own instinct, they cannot go to love God. Even the teachers teach them to love God, they cannot get that lesson also. People of impure nature, 31. People of impure nature whose minds are always outgoing because of their domination by the notion that what is true and what is enjoyable lies outside. They think that all our things which we like is joy and happiness is outside. Knowing this, they try as a people, who does that? Whose nature is impure. Or Suddha Buddhi, whose understanding is wrong or impure, they try to hunt into the outside world and find joy through the sensate objects. Though it cannot give us permanent happiness or anything, but people don't remember that or don't take that path of rejection, but for greater association with the objects of the world. So it says people who are impure nature, 31. Impure nature, whose minds are always outward going, because of their domination of the notion that what is true, what is enjoyable, lies outside are never able to know Mahavishnu. Because of that tendency, they don't search for God internally. So they are satisfied with whatever they see inside. The outside. Their entire focus becomes outside. You can remove that chair.
No, you cannot go beyond that wire.
Oh, Baba, we cannot go there. That's a pure. Oh, no, puja will be there. Okay. Tak. Come, so much seat is here. So much. Now. Okay. So, so people of impure nature, whose mind is impure, whose mind is impure means going outward, not inward, trying to find joy through the sensate universe only. That's what is the domination of the notion in their mind. This idea is dominated. That what is true, what is enjoyable lies outside. We want to experience life, we want to enjoy life, but all things is available outside. And that thought are never able to know Mahavishnu, who is approached only by the inward going introspective vision. Whose mind goes inward, they only can know the glory of God, but whose mind is outside, they think that joy is outside, and they spend their whole life in search of that, and dies. Another life comes, another life goes, another life comes, another life goes. So that's why this is the condition of the impure mind people. These extroverts, immersed in Vedic ritualism, are like a group of blind men led by another such group by a rope. Even Karmakanda now is refuting the Karmakandis. Those who think that Karmakanda is the only way to reach peace and happiness, so forget the other purpose of renunciation idea. They do this karma, jagna, the sacrificial fire, Vedic rituals. For what purpose? To gain little fun, joy in this life or in the heaven. That's all. And heaven finish, again they come back. So they don't understand that this is not the path for perfection. So he says, it is all Prahlada saying, that those extroverts immersed in Vedic ritualism, they are good people. Even those who are Charvakas, that's one standard. Charvakas means the who are worldly minded. So what they think? Just eat, sleep, drink and die. That's all. Don't think of heaven or anything. Just enjoy this life, what you can squeeze. As much juice you can squeeze out of the lemon. So, who said? Ingersoll and Swami Vivekananda. They had a discussion. Ingersoll said, I want to squeeze every drop of this juice from this world. That means whatever sense enjoyment can give me, I want to squeeze that. And Swamiji said, you do not know how to squeeze. You make it sour. I also, bitter, okay. I also want to squeeze. But my squeezing is renunciation. And your squeezing is trying to get a drop and not getting that. So those extroverts immersed in Vedic, but they are Vedic, those are Charvakas. But this is good people, they follow the Vedas. But they follow Vedas of two segments, Karmakanda, Jnanakanda. But they are only engaged in Karmakanda because it is the fight between, Hiranyakashipu's fight between gods and demons. Who are gods? Those do sacrificial fire and homo fire and all this in Vedic rituals. And doing that, they get a high position in heaven. Indra, Chandra, Varun, these are God, position of God. Like our presidential position. You get voted. So you vote, here is vote, you do some good mantra, chanting, offering oblation and all this. Purpose, I'll go to live in heaven. You can do the same sacrificial fire we do. We say it is for devotion, how we can grow in love, how the devotees can be God-centered. That is the purpose of our same jagna. So that is, though it is jagna, it is karma kando, but it is karma kando, it is liberating karma kando. But they don't do that. They do that jagna or only to attain some higher plane where they can get the experience of the joy and fun of life. So those extroverts immersed in the Vedic ritualism are like a group of blind people led by another such group by a rope, no? Someone says blind people when they move, say one stick, in villages we see people, no? One person is walking, he gives the stick, and front person holds the stick, and the back person also holding. They also follow the movement of the front person where the eyes to go. So these people who are following the Vedas, they have eyes, but they have not the right type of eye. So they are making some followers. They are also following their path, not for freedom, but for again coming into bondage, a longer bondage. Here in this earth, if you have good karma, bad karma, it comes so quickly. You get a blow, beating right and left. Sometimes you think you are okay. Next you get a good blow. And then again, few days something good, again, boom. So there comes, awareness comes. Then people stop and say, oh my God, what is this, why that? That's why human life is considered much better than that of the God bodies. Because there is more fun, more entertainment. So when there is so much entertainment, people have no time to think of God. They are immersed in this fun and joy of life. That's why Isha Upanishad says, Tato bhuyo taro yivate jehu vidyayagam rataha. Those who are absorbed in vidya, it is another meaning, intellectualism more. They are more entangled because their wrong understanding, to clear that it takes long time. That's why this brainwashing creates so much things, good people, powerful people are directed wrongly, in all this world culture is going on now all over. It is few people have been indoctrinated in a wrong way. Indoctrinated how? Teaching this is good, this is good, this is good. So I think that I should do it. This is the thick rope of Vedic ritualism. Bhagavat is saying, Baba. Bhagavat is talking about Vedic rituals as thick rope to which these extroverts are bound by the several thin strings of practices, rituals, beliefs for fulfillment of desires here and hereafter, as cattle are to the main rope of several tethered ropes. As a cow is tied with its ropes. So similarly, these are these different entanglements, these Vedic rituals. People get confused with what to do with the life. The same effort one can get God realization. The same effort one can go to enjoy the heaven.
Heaven realms aren't very helpful.
Huh?
What about lower realms, realms of punishment?
Punishment you can quickly get out by knowing it is too much pain for us. we don't want to stay there. Doing some bad karma, we got some punishment. We know punishment is always bad because it's always pain, 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 pain. But your reward, you did some good karma, you go to heaven. Then all the luxurious things are around. 5-star hotel, your swimming pool is free. Your food is free. Your luxurious room is air conditioned on every possible way, everywhere. Everything is very spick and spine. No? So people get overwhelmed there.
But if neither are helpful, what keeps someone from going, if they have good karma, from like a heaven realm, instead, what keeps them just being reborn as a person again?
Yeah, he will be born, but when? It will go so many years and years and years to understand that, and then you come back. Yeah, come back and forth. So from heaven to go there is difficult. That's why rebirth, human birth is considered. When the karma kshine punne martalokang vishanti. You did some meritorious act, when that punna, that effect of that good karma is finishes, then you have to come back, again be born. So it takes in between so much time. So human birth is good, but if it is understood properly. So Vedic karma kanda is good, but that also is a bondage. This is indicating jnana. You have to focus on jnana, knowledge. But everyone is not ready for that. So yes, the scriptures suggest you start there, no problem. But you will ultimately come to the conclusion. So long as one is not able to bathe his head with the dust of the feet of his great devotees, mean the Lord's devotees, who have no possession of any kind, like the wandering monks. They have nothing in their pocket except God. And the mind of man does not take a serious turn towards the feet of the Lord. It needs the grace of God, but the holy people's grace, unless they get their blessings, my life does not turn that way. It goes on and on. In everyone's life you will find someone came in your life and gave you some instruction or some type of connection together, and that turned your life gradually. This is God sent. That's why he's saying, so long as one is not able to bathe his head with the dust of the feet of his great devotees, God's devotees, satsanga. That's why satsanga, holy association. And who are the holy? Who have no possession of any kind except him. They are not rich by your worldly sense. They are poor, but they are rich in God consciousness. So that type of people's grace comes. The mind of man does not take a serious turn towards the feet of the Lord. And the cessation of the samsara does not come about until the mind is thus turned towards him. Our cycle of birth and death does not stop until that opportunity comes to turn towards God. Now, the father is getting this advice from his son. Hey, what are you doing? Sita. No, what are you doing?
That man,
No, it is for class. Don't spend your time. Come in.
indicated,
Ready.
he said not to sit over there. The security, whoever he is.
Okay. So, now Prahlada is talking about all these things, and Hiranyakashipu is listening. Hiranyakashipu said, who have taught you all these things? Why are you? Your teacher said that they didn't teach you, and you got all these ideas. So, he said that the human life is like this. This is the reality of life. So one should be God-centered. One should, because he first said ninefold bhakti. Here Prahlada talked about ninefold bhakti. To realize God, That should be your goal. Sravanam, listen, God's name. Kirtanam, sing the glories of God. Sravanam, Kirtanam. Vishnu Smaranam, repeat the name of the Lord all the time. Pada Sevanam. Karki, what is that? Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Remember Lord Vishnu. Pada Sevanam, worship his feet, Lord's feet. Archanam, do puja and worship. Vandanam, praise the Lord's glory. Dasyam, that I am his servant, take that attitude, serve God that way. Or God is my friend, eternal friend. Dasyam, Sakhyam, and then Atmanivedanam, surrendering to God. Iti, these are the 9. Pungsa Arpita Vishnu. These are called Bhakti, Navalakshana. 9 varieties of bhakti practice one should involve into it, because the life is short and that is meaningless unless otherwise life will be birth and death cycle, it will rotate. Now this is the expression that boy Prahlada gave it to father. Now saying thus, Prahlada stopped. Saying this is the goal of life, we should engage into this, and everything external is momentary, we should not pay attention to that, etc., etc. And then he stopped. Hiranyakasipu was mad with terrible anger on hearing these words of his son. Immediately he pushed him from his lap to the floor. He was endearingly trying to understand. He has been sent to teacher's house. What he has learned, he will think that he will learn the asuric nature, but he has learned all the godly nature, the Devo nature. Moved by irresistible anger, he exclaimed, the bloodshot eyes, with a bloodshot red eye, looking at the sun, threw away from his lap. Oh, you Rakshasa guards, the guards with all weapons, you, he deserves to be executed. This boy is to be punished, executed. Take him away from here. Kill him without any delay. This fellow who has rejected all of us, his own friends, well-wishers, and seeks to be a servant attending on Vishnu, the killer of his own uncle. This Vishnu Lord is killed my brother. That means this boy's uncle. And his uncle have been killed by Vishnu and he's praising Vishnu. Kill him now. The killer of his own uncle must himself be considered that killer, as he actually has killed. So punish him with killing. Such an untrustworthy fellow like him, who even at the age of 5 years old boy then, could break and throw overboard the natural and unbreakable affection for his parents. I love him so much, and he has broken that love is meaningless to him. I am showing so much affection, I am taking him and greeting him with so much, putting him in my lap and endearingly talking to him, and he is just like an enemy talking to me. And like him, who even at the age of 5 could break and throw overboard the natural and unbreakable affection for the parents. A child should be connected with the mom and dad very closely. 5 years child, what he knows. But he is not connected with us. He is connected with Lord Vishnu. So, of what good can he even be for Vishnu? Even an unrelated person can be considered as one's own son, if, like a medicine, he serves your interests well. One who does the opposite must be considered a disease, even he be your own son, born of your own body, and he has to be eradicated like a disease. So it is like a poison, no? So kill him, destroy the son. He is no more my son, no? That's why it is said, man does not love anyone excepting Atman, then Hiranyakasipu is not seeing his Atman in the sun anymore because he is behaving differently, contrary behavior. When a limb of a body is diseased, he is justifying why he had ordered to kill him. If a limb of a body is diseased and becomes a threat to the whole body, the limb has to be cut off, no? For the safety of the rest of the body. So we are all asuric body, all are demons. There is a demon kingdom. In the demon kingdom, one poison is God sent Prahlada. So destroy him, then we will be all free from disease. If some part of the body is so much that it needs amputation, so do that for the protection of the whole body. The whole body of Hiranyakasipu and the kingdom of Asuras is polluted by this boy. He is a poison like, entering into the realm of Asura family. So throw him up. Therefore, he deserves to be killed somehow or other, through poisoned food, or while sleeping, or while he awake. Put some poison. If you cannot give it when before going to bed, give it the food. Or when he is awake, force him to drink poison. For as an attractive sensuous object is a dangerous to an ascetic, so is an enemy in the disguise of a friend. So we thought he is our friend, but he is an enemy in disguise. No? Prahlada is no more, belong to us. When the master ordered them thus, the Rakshasa girds with sharp fangs, fierce faces, and copper-colored beard and hair began to shout, "Pierce, cut!" and struck Prahlada on his vital parts of their tridents. So, my God, in the palace itself, 5-year-old boy, these fearful demons, they are demons by their nature and has been asked to kill. So king has ordered, so they will have to do. And they are only paid for that person. I was really once surprised that in which country they are asking for some choppers, who can chop the head quickly. Appointment for that. 8 people will be appointed and they will get good salary if they can just boom in one stroke. And so quickly they can do it, expert in doing. So the Asura are like that. So when the master ordered, then Rakshasas guards with the sharp fangs, fierce faces, copper-colored beard and hair began to shout, "Pierce, cut," and struck Prahlada on his vital parts with their trident. Just as all the pious rites done by unbelieving persons as fruitless, so were all the efforts of these asuras to kill Prahlada, whose mind was ever immersed in the Supreme Lord, the center of all power and excellence, the soul of all, the indefinable Absolute. So they started torturing him, but he is absorbed in the name of God. So he is still surviving. It's a miracle. There is a story in the Sri Chaitanya's life. There is one Muslim devotee to Sri Chaitanya. He was devoted to Krishna and lover of Krishna. And he said, Krishna, 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 Krishna. And then the local Muslims reported to their Muslim ruler. And they said, "Oh my God, being Muslim, he is uttering the name of Krishna, Krishna, bring him and then punish him." And then the judge gave the punishment that he should be whipped to death. And where he will whip? All Muslim treatment is in the public. Stoned to death. Where? Public. Auditorium. put somebody in the middle, and everyone throw stones. See the wretched condition. That is the way of killing. So here also order, whip 32 marketplaces. Oh my God. That means in one marketplace, people of the all will gather and see what is their crime, what is great crime to take the name of Lord, being a Muslim, taking the name of Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. See, this is the punishment. Don't dare to do that, you will get this. To teach this lesson, they call 32 Bazaar, 32 marketplaces. They took Haridas, and one is weeping, whole body bleeding, this, that, but he's saying, Krishna, 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 Krishna. It's very inspiring. Then he was taken, he's not died. Then these people took to another marketplace and then that did the same thing. But he is Krishna, 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 Krishna. His whole body is bleeding and there is no, what can you say, impossible to see that torture. But his mind is absorbed in God. So they took him one marketplace to another, another. Then these people said, who are you? You are not dying. Still you are saying Krishna, 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 Krishna. Then he said, you die, otherwise we will be killed. The judge will order that I am not doing my duty to kill you. Therefore you first get, so you die, then we will be, otherwise you will be penalized by the judge. So they, okay, you throw me into the Ganga. After doing that, after several marketplaces, he's totally wounded and hurt and bleeding everywhere. Throw him. And he, taking the name Krishna, 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 then survived. And then ultimately, last life, he lived with Sri Chaitanya in Puri Jagannath, Puri Dham. And he is such a spiritual personality. Bhagavan Sri Chaitanya, when he passed away, he himself took his body to take him to what you call cremation. So it is a great prize. That's why always spiritual, religious intolerance creates this type of torture to good people, many. All the time, it is in the history going on and on. Same repeated stories. You don't believe my religion? That is the worst possible power. Oh, you are believing in Islam, your hand is open, cut the hand, chop the hand. You don't wear hijab, do this, no? So this is, they call in the religion. But anyhow, but this devotees also showed that this can be overcome by God's name, getting absorbed totally. They don't know what is going on in the body, no? They're so elevated in their mind, in God intoxication, that their mind is not in the body, so what is happening in the body they are not concerned. Like the Swami Turiyananda Maharaj's operation example. So, therefore, he deserves to be killed and etc. So, in the last is, just as all the pious rites done by unbelieving persons are fruitless, so were all the efforts of these asuras to kill Prahlada, whose mind was ever immersed in the Supreme Lord, the center of all power and excellence, the soul of all, the indefinable absolute. In the Brahman, see, indefinable absolute, we think Krishna is only Krishna not dancing, not that Krishna. See, Bhagavat is saying, Bhagavat saying, see, that's the point. We should understand. The Hare Krishna people will not accept this part, but they will explain in a twisted way. Sanskrit is said, Pare Brahmani. Pare Brahmani, the Brahman which is Para, the Supreme. Pare Brahmani Aniridesham, which can be defined, which cannot be pointed out, because he is infinite. How can we indicate? No? Aniridesham Bhagavati Akhila Atmani, in the Bhagavan, who is the Atman of all, no? Juktatmani afala asan punna evo satkriya. So, the Pare Brahmani Nirdese, that means this Prahlada's mind is absorbed in the Para Brahman. Brahmani Pare. Para means Param, supreme. In Pare Brahmani. And that Brahman is what? Anirdesham. Not Krishna, dancing fawn, Sakun, Sakara. No. Anirdesham. See, that is the point. People just discard these areas. There comes to fight with Vedanta, and Vedanta has no fight for anyone, because you understand this is also true, that's also true. But his mind is superficial, absorption is not. He has gone to such a depth of absorption into the Brahman. That's why he is totally off from the body. Otherwise, how can you tolerate that type of torture? Huh? The Yudhishthira, when all their efforts to kill Prahlada failed, O Yudhishthira, when all their efforts to kill Prahlada failed, Hiranyakasipu grew extremely anxious and seriously began to think of some extraordinary means of killing him. He tried various measures, such as having him trampled by elephants, bitten by serpents, attacked through black magic, rolled along mountainside, imprisoned, poisoned, starved, exposed to severely inclement weather and to fire, to storm and to water. When all this failed to kill his sinless son, Hiranyakasipu became extremely worried and perplexed. Could you imagine this type of torture, what he is mentioning? Oh my God, you love God and this is the result. Eh? Who will love God then? He thought, I have heaped abuses on him, and I have tried in many ways to kill him. All these persecutions and even the magical art I tried have all been set at naught by him, by his own patience. Though a mere boy, and though standing in my presence, he is without the least fear of nervousness. This powerful chap, like Sunasep, what is Sunasep? Is not likely to forget the atrocities I have committed on him. He seems to be of inscrutable nature, fearless and deathless. I am likely to meet with my death because of my enmity towards him. In no other way can I die. So this is the way he tried to kill the son, but he failed to do. With all his efforts, nothing worked. Then he repented. What is this power behind him? So further efforts to reform him. Again, all this torture, etc. failed. Then he's taken again another recourse. What? To the Hiranyakasipu, who sat brooding with his lackluster face turned down because of these depressing thoughts. Sanda and Amarka, who are the sons of Acharya Shukradeva, Guru, said as follows in private, quote, Shukra's son, Sanda and Amarka, they gave this advice. By your own prowess, unaided by anyone else, you have conquered these three worlds. A mere quivering of your brow is enough to strike terror even into the hearts of the guardians of deities of the quarters. O Master, O Hiranyakasipu, to one such as you, we do not find anything to worry about. And as for Prahlada, he is yet a boy who has not reached the age of discretion. In order to prevent this Prahlada from running away out of fear, let us keep him tied up with Varuna's noose until the return of our teacher Shukradeva. As one's age advances and as one gets more chances of association and instruction from the wise, men gradually change in their character and outlook. Agreeing with this advice of his teacher's son, Hiranyakashipu said to them, instruct the boy in dharma of the kings and the householders. So ultimately failing all this process, the two, his gurus, guru of the Asuras, Sukradev, his two sons, they instructed. So what to do? That Hiranyakashipu again said, okay, take him back and give some good advice again. Let us see last chance. So he said, O king, accordingly they instructed the humble and obedient Prahlada in matters concerned with the pursuit of morality, dharma, power, artha, and pleasure, kama. The instructions given to him by the teachers on the three ends of life, dharma, artha, and kama, was not considered by him as sound, for they were the teachings given by the worldly-minded people for other similar outlook. Whatever the teachers went out on their own household purposes, Prahlada's classmates, who then got time for play, would call him to join them. On one such occasion, this enlightened Prahlada spoke to them lovingly for their instruction, depicting the very pitiable condition of men steeped in worldly life. The boys, whose mind had not yet been corrupted by the words and examples of the extremely worldly-minded fellows of Asuras, were powerfully attracted by the weighty and seriousness of Prahlada's words. So Prahlada, in this condition, tried to convert other Asura boys by his life, where he thought that he will be converted, instead of others were converted by Prahlada. And they threw away their playthings and gathered round him, Prahlada, concentrating their looks and their hearts on him. To them, the great devotee Prahlada spoke as follows, with a mind full of love and piety. So now, the king, again, with the advice of the Sukra's two sons, released the boy and then said, okay, train them again. And instead of training him, he didn't take any advice from the Asura ideas, how to live in the world, dharma, artha, kama, three goals of life. So they were all, he invited the other playboys of the Asura and injecting the love for God and other ideas in their mind. He being transformed, he is transforming others. So that reading will be chapter 6. This is Prahlada's sermon, what Prahlada taught to these other young boys of his age group. So this is the end of the chapter 5. We will start chapter 6 next day. 7th book, chapter 6. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om Tat Sat, Shri Ram Krishna Pranamastu. So today we'll be meeting again at 7:30. 7:30 for 7:30 we'll be again meeting for the Seta Upanishad class, and here is one or two questions. One question is that what is meant by man does not love anyone excepting Atman? How can we apply this to our own lives? Oh, this is the Upanishad says, no? When the Maitreya and Yajnavalkya, that story in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, when Yajnavalkya was going to renounce the life and trying to become a monk, he called his wives and asked them, so give me farewell, I am going to take the path of renunciation. And then he said, why are you renouncing? What for? Well, I am renouncing to get that amritattva, immortality. What is immortality? That means the body will die, but I will not die, in that sense. So then he said, so good, But what shall I do in this material worldly thing? Will it give me immortality? Maitreyi asked. And then Jagabal said, no, this world cannot give you immortality. It can give little fun and joy of life, but it cannot give you immortal reality of life. No? So that question, then that time Jagabal advised Maitreyi by saying this, Navavare pattu kamayo puti priyo bhavati atmanastu kamayo puti priyo bhavati navavare jayayai kamayo jaya priya bhavati atmanastu kamayo jaya priya bhavati. That means he says that no one loves anyone, anything in the world unless he sees his reflection on that. Atman, here in me, that Atman, in the object what we love. So husband is lovable because there is my Atman is there. And wife loves the husband because the Atman is there. So this is the love of Atman. So everything is, son is loved by the parents because not of the son. Ajay, Hiranyakasipu, his son, he does not love, he is love. So long he finds my son is following reflection of my ideas and thoughts. When he does not find, he throws away and then asks him to kill. So it happens in our relationship, no? One loves very dearly, so long he finds some reflection in the other. But when they don't find, they separate, they fight. So this is the point. No one loves anything without seeing that something of me is in them. It is the finding Atman in everywhere. One loves the child, one loves the money, one loves the house, building, everything. Where he finds his own something he himself finds his reflection. That only we love. So that means there is Atman in you, Atman here. The love is between the Atman, not on other areas. So that is to be practiced. In simple language, try to see Ramakrishna in others. Feel that he is in me, he is in you. And there is our bondage, no? Ramakrishna said, only all this caste system, big problem. How it will go? Bhakta. If you have become a bhakta, devotee, there is no caste. You are all one. The Hare Krishna people. Just an example. They have centers all over the globe, no? It matters little which country, which person. You love Krishna, I love Krishna. We sing, dance together. We find our own friendship and to be together, to talk together, to enjoy the company of the bhaktas. No? So that is the in saguna form. And in Vedantic term, it's Atman. That is the idea. That is to be practiced. As is a spiritual practice, that is also spiritual practice. To see God within and God outside. And when you see God, then our relationship becomes deeper. Because the tie, worldly tie, many material friendship, but spiritual friendship. Spiritual friendship is much deeper because that is the seeing the divine in others, seeing the divine in us. It is a practice to be done. Okay? See you then again 7:30. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace.
Anandji is a brilliant Sanskritist and
I saw him. Did I see you before? No. Achha. Oh, where do you live? Culver City. Achha. Sri Vidya?